evening and a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Pinky Poddar from Dr. Reddy's and I'm your host for this evening. So we are happy to welcome you all on the third day of our Pranayama course and with none other than Ira Trivedi. So as we all know that Pranayama is one of the most universal offerings from ancient India and yet it's absolutely relevant in the current context. So we'll start over from where we left yesterday and without any further ado, I will hand over the session to Ira Trivedi. Over to you, Ira.
Thank you, Pinky. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Namaste. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you all for joining once again on day 3. So before we begin our practice, I want to just talk about one point that maybe all of you as doctors, medical practitioners would appreciate. Some studies were done in the 70s. It was at Framingham University in the US. It was a decade-long study that was done. Another study was done then at the University of Buffalo in the 2000s, around I think 2000, about 10 years ago or so. This was again almost a 7 to 8 year study. And in all of these studies, the studies were about what are the factors that make us live longer? What are the factors which influence the longevity of life? Is it what we eat? Is it what we drink? Is it how we exercise? Is it where we live? And the number one result for all of these was what was true in both the studies was the bigger the size of our lungs, the longer we live. Patients who had a longer lifespan just had bigger sized lungs. It's as simple as that. And those who had shorter lifespans, their lungs shrunk. Now, why is this happening? This happens because as we age, all of our organs shrink. We start losing a percentage of our lungs, just like we lose muscle. So you'll see after the age of 30, we start losing our muscle mass. And just like that, we start losing our lung mass. So just the same way we start doing strength training to keep our muscle mass, we have to start training the lungs. And if we train the lungs, we can keep up that decreased capacity of the lungs. As the lungs are aging, we can keep them remaining young. And if the lungs remain young, then you remain young, right? Now, how do we keep the lungs young? This is a kind of a rhyming thing. How do we keep the lungs young? But the way we do this is actually, you can do it through regular exercise. Whatever you do, jogging, walking, playing a game, playing a sport, all of this will help with your respiratory health. But the way yoga works, it's working like a specialist on your lungs, right? It's like if you go to a doctor, you can go to a GP, right? The GP will tell you that these are your problems. But if you go to a specialist, they'll exactly target that problem, right? Your neurologist will study your brain, or a pulmonologist will study your lungs. So yoga is like that extreme specialist, which really works beautifully on your lung size, right? So the bigger we keep our lungs, the longer we will live. And all of us, I would say, one of our fundamental goals of life is to live a long, healthy life. So do keep this in mind, that the size of your lungs determines the longevity of your life. It's nothing else. So we must all work on our lungs. So do take this course seriously. The Dr. Reddy's team has so beautifully put it together. And I do hope that you are learning from this, not only for these 7 days, but to take these practices into your lifetime. So every day I'll try to give us one small learning like this, which can really help you take these practices seriously, because there's nothing, very few physical activities as powerful as pranayama. The ancient sages gave this to us for modern times. So as we're fighting Corona, as we are all Corona warriors, we do have to keep in mind that, especially for Corona warriors, this is so important, right? Our lungs have been affected, and now we have to pay specific attention to them. So I really hope the practices that we're learning, you can take them along with you. So what have we learned till now? We have learned conscious breathing. We have learned that you have to try to lengthen the breath, right? We try to keep the breath long, because the longer the breath, the larger the size of the lungs, the longer your life, right? The second thing that we've introduced was the anuloma viloma, the alternate nostril breathing, which is what we introduced yesterday. It is the simplest and most powerful form of pranayama. So we will continue these two practices, and we will be adding in a third practice today, that is the Brahmari Pranayam, okay, which is a humming bee breath. We're going to be learning it today, and again tomorrow we'll be practicing similar exercises so that these become ingrained in your physical memory, in your subconscious memory, and you do these for the rest of your life. So you're sowing these beautiful seeds now, which will blossom into wonderful, healthy trees as time goes on. I hope this sounds good. And if there are any questions that you have, please do put them, and we will then definitely get to them. So if the practices are confusing to you, if you're not understanding a particular point, the Dr. Reddy's team is very, very active, and they will be giving these across. I hope that that's good for all of you. So without further ado, let's begin our practice with a few warm-up exercises. All right? We're going to just place the hands on the knees, and we're going to move the body side to side. We're going to end today with a short relaxation yoga nidra. So make sure you have a place where you can lie down. If you're sitting on a chair now, no problem, but eventually you will need to lie down. Just engage the body and the breath, moving from the waist, moving from the torso. Bring the shoulders into the picture so that you're really rotating beautifully from side to side. Keeping the chest nice and wide, keeping the back nice and wide. Now let's move in the opposite direction. Giving a nice, beautiful massage to all of your organs. Moving with the body, breath connection. Very nice. Now coming back to center, let's inhale, expand the lungs, exhale down. Inhale, expand the lungs, exhale down, knowing that all these practices are extremely beneficial. Inhale, expand, exhale. Inhale, expand, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Now slowly coming back to center, stretch the arms over and above the head. Interlock the finger and stretch the arms up, all the way up. Stretching from the armpits, inhaling, and exhaling, twist to the right side. Twisting from the waist as much as you can, looking over and above the right, and dropping both the hands on the side and twisting from the waist. Slowly come back, arms up, stretch up. Inhale, exhale towards the left. And slowly come down and slowly twist. Twisting from the waist, wringing the entire abdomen. And just stay here, feel this beautiful posture, knowing that you're massaging the spleen, massaging the pancreas. Coming back to center. And now we're going to work a little bit on our legs. So you can just bring the soles of your feet together and slowly flap. If you need to stretch your ankles, please do so. This is your time to do any practices which you may need to do on your own. If there's a particular body part which is a little bit more sensitive, a little bit compromised, now is the time to work on these. But feeling the pelvis, and now slowly coming back, taking a comfortable seated posture. Taking that cushion, like we learned yesterday, placing it underneath your tailbone. Now the body is prepared for the practice of pranayama. Let's keep the back straight, spine straight, and begin to connect to your breath. Begin to connect to your body. Closing the eyes. Connecting to the sound of the flute. Using that energy of sound to focus the mind. Bringing the attention to the breath. Knowing that if you learn how to control the breath, you can learn how to control your mind. If you learn how to control your mind, you will learn how to control your life. Now let's begin. Inhale on 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and retain the breath. Bringing the focus at the point in between the eyebrows. Holding the breath. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Retain. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Retain. Feeling the energy focused at the point in between your eyebrows. Following the sound of the music. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Taking a few breaths at your own pace. Now slowly taking the right hand, making a Vishnu Mudra. The middle finger, index finger are on the palm. The last two fingers are up and the thumb is up. Okay, bring the elbow close to the body. Keep the right thumb on the right nostril, the other two fingers on the left. Keep the elbow close to the body. The left hand is in Chin Mudra. And following my audio instructions, closing the right. Let's inhale on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain. holding the breath, closing both nostrils. Exhale, right, left closed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, right, left closed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain the breath, closing both nostrils. Exhale, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain. Exhale, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain. Exhale, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain the breath. Exhale, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain. Keeping the focus at the point in between the eyebrows. Controlling the breath on the exhale. Exhale, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain. Exhale, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain. Holding the breath for a little bit longer now. This is our last retention. Holding the breath for as long as we possibly can, feeling the pressure in the lungs. And exhale from the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring the hands down. Take a few breaths. Taking a moment of silence. Feeling the difference in the mind and the body. The body has completely shifted. Now slowly open your eyes and now move to the Brahmari Pranayama. I'll just be doing a quick demo and then we practice it all together. So with the Brahmari Pranayama, it's known as the humming bee breath. And what it's doing is that it's creating a beautiful effect, that humming bee sound on all of your respiratory organs. It's especially good for the endocrine system and it's really great for the vocal cords. So you'll immediately sense a shift of your voice. You'll see a shift in my voice after you do it. It's just a beautiful tenor, and a lot of singers practice this. So on one side, of course, everyone wants a beautiful voice, especially now in the days of on of Zoom and calls. The voice quality of the voice is so important. So we can all improve it. But more than the quality of the voice, it's beautiful for our entire respiratory system. In particular, many of you may have heard of the nitric oxide effect, which a lot of people are discussing now because of its role in COVID-19 recovery. What the nitric oxide effect is doing, that it's helping with the oxygenation of the cells. And this nitric oxide effect lies in our paranasal sinuses. That's what scientists are discovering now. And the Brahmari Pranayam has had a direct effect on increasing levels of nitric oxide in the body. So this is another effect of the Brahmari Pranayam, definitely targeted towards COVID recovery, right? So really beautiful, very simple pranayam. What we're doing is that we're going to be inhaling from our nose. At no point will you be using your mouth. Remember, we never breathe from our mouth. The mouth is used for talking, the nose is used for breathing. So you'll be inhaling from the nose, taking two fingers, just very simply closing the small of the ears. You know where this small ear is over here on top? You close it down. And on an exhalation, you close it and you create a deep humming sound. And then you inhale from the nose. You can open your ears. You can even bring the hands down. If the hands are getting tired, on the inhale, keep the hands down. Breathe in from the nose. Close the ears. On the exhale. And down. What you're trying to do is that you're trying to extend the humming sound. Shall we all do it together? Yeah, let's come on. So again, if you need to just release the legs for a moment, you can do so. The legs are getting tired. Otherwise, stay in the posture. And now let's begin. Let's inhale from the nose, close the ears. Inhale. 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 And slowly bring the hands down. Taking a few deep breaths. Observing the body, observing the mind, feeling those vibrations in the throat, in the head, a slight buzzing sensation. And now, slowly keeping this energy within the body, you can choose to lie down in Shavasana on the mat, or you can choose to remain in a seated posture for just a few moments of meditation. I want you to focus on the sacred music that we are going to be playing. And then I want you to just keep your eyes closed, keeping the meditative silence, letting the mind follow, letting the mind relax, letting the body relax. Now, slowly, if you're lying down, you can come to a comfortable seated posture. If you're sitting up, then you can observe silence for just a moment. Now bring the hands to heart center and we chant Om together, and you'll observe that the vibrations of Om are very similar to the Brahmari Pranayama. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnat Mudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And peace, peace, and peace. Now slowly rub the palms together and the fingers on your eyes. Bring the fingers on your forehead, all 5 fingers on the skull. May I bring this peace into my day. May I bring this bliss into my day. May I bring this joy into my day. That's that, everyone. I hope you feel refreshed and rejuvenated and ready to relax into the evening or the day, depending on which time zone you're in. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ira. So I guess like the last 2 sessions, this session has been very good and our audience has learned and will be learning a lot of things about pranayama in the next 4 days. So thank you once again, Ira, and let us all meet tomorrow, same time. I request you all to kindly join for the next 4 days, same time. Till then, stay healthy, stay safe, and as we believe in Dr. Reddy's, good health can't wait. Thank you all.
Thank you.